Yo, YouTube, what's good? What's good, what's good? It's your boy Sneak. The reason I'm making this video right here is because a lot of young barbers, up and coming barbers, and current barbers are hitting me up on social media via the DM and asking me what advice do I have for upcoming barbers or barbers trying to increase revenue. So what I did, I was taking a lot of questions from social media, mainly my Instagram, and I'm gonna answer all of those tonight. So we in for a treat. The first advice for a young barber, what you should do, you should find a barber school or barber college somewhere close by. The reason for going to barber college is so that you can learn the basics. The basic knowledge on cutting, holding the clipper, styling, disinfecting the tools, the proper maintenance of clippers, how to treat a client, disinfect the area, your workstation, and all of the basic things that you need to know to be a barber. While going to barber college, I advise you to see, like, once you follow a barber on Instagram or social media and you take a liking to that barber, see if that person offers classes and attend different classes to further your knowledge beyond the barber school, because sometimes the barber school might not teach you everything you need to know because they're in the barber school. So you need people that's gonna train you on haircuts that's in the field. You should purchase tools, like you should always purchase the proper tools. You want them to be sharp and precise, and you want them to be calibrated the right way to where they're not overlapping, the blade isn't overlapping, cutting the customer. And if in the case where your blade on your trimmers is overlapping on and it's cutting the customer, and that customer tell you, I think you should change your blade right away, because you don't want too many of those cases going around to where you cutting someone and it's resulting in scars and cuts and stuff like that. That's how you lose customers. You know, when barbers say, oh yeah, I need a clipper for the kids. Well, newsflash, adults don't like to feel pain when they're getting lined up either. So you want to have clippers sharp enough for kids and the grown-ups. So, and a lot of barbers nowadays, like I Cut Pro, Big Lays, Chuka the Barber, a bunch of them are selling modified blades already. You know what I'm saying? So you could either purchase a pre-modified blade from either one of those guys, because they sharpen the business, and you see when they liners is hitting, you want your liners to hit the same way, so you order the same blade. And also you could go on YouTube and watch haircut videos, haircut tutorials such as my tutorials, and other barbers that's on YouTube also that have other haircut videos that you might like doing in your shop. Right? So you got barber college, secondary learning such as a class from a barber that you idolize, and you have YouTube. So you should keep learning around the board. Never stop learning. When it's and this goes for not just up and coming barbers, but currently barbers also. If you asking for more money from customers, then I think you should give them something back in return. So if you asking for more money, I think you should give them professionalism in return. So you could have been doing like a first come first serve before, so now you raise your prices. So now you got to get more punctual, you got to be more on time, you got to do appointments to where the increase is justified. another way to get more money if you're not getting more at the time is maybe you should change your attire. If you come into work looking like you hanging around in the park, maybe you should change to a more business casual or casual attire, and along with the new professionalism, being on time appointments, that will get you more money. Social media posting. You always want to cut hair to where the haircut is perfect, just like how you seeing on your favorite barber that you like their pictures on Instagram. You want to get to that point to where your haircut is somewhat close to that, to where you could take a picture and put it up on your social media. First things first, make sure your account is not private. That's like going to a clothing store and they have the door locked and they tell you you can't come in unless you're buying something. That's foolish. So what you got to do is open up your Instagram page. It's no need to have it private. If you're running a business, it's no need for private Instagrams, right? Whatever you don't want them to see, do not put it up there. If you're in a small town area, right, and you want to increase revenue, even though you're not in the city. So what I suggest is start offering more services. Like in the barber game right now, it's more than haircuts. You have hair cutting, you have facial services. You could do the hot towel treatment, you could do the black mask, you could even do the steam facial where you taking out the blackheads manually with the metal instrument. And so what you do once you offering these services and you charging more, so say the haircut is say around 30. That's an average point around right now, right? And the hot towels 10 or 20. Facial is another 65, 85. The enhancement, you could do enhancements also. You could dye the hair. There's plenty of different services that you could offer to make you more money in the hair industry right now. So you figure if you do like say a haircut where you do the color up top for the kid and the cut. So the cut and color should run you around $80, $85. So you do 10 of those, now you doing better business. So if you're in a small town, offer more services. Don't give it away for free, right? If you're giving somebody a haircut, show them the haircut plain. Then you apply the enhancement. Then you say, all right, listen, this time it was free just to show you how it looked. Next time, that's an extra $10 to $15. So in that way, you didn't charge them on the first run, but you're going to charge them on the next one. And that's how you make some extra money on your haircuts. And what you do, and see, one thing about getting more clientele, you have to get better first. Once you get better, right, then your customers are recognized, and then they'll say something to you like this: yo man, you the only guy that get my hair right. So when you hear that, that means you need to raise your prices up a little bit more, right? Because you one of a kind. But you're not gonna get that way if the skills aren't good, top notch. You gotta be probably the best in your town. You know what I'm saying? Or one of the best, because usually the best is filled with clientele anyway. So if they saying that you too busy for them, most likely the other busy guys, the other good guys are just as busy. So that's when you keep your price. And you can't be afraid to lose customers. Because one thing about losing customers, and you know you hooked them up like nobody can, they're gonna go flirt around, get a haircut somewhere else. they're gonna realize that the person who cut their hair is not as good as you, and guess what? They coming right back to you. So now they forced to pay that price, right? So always stick to your guns with your prices, and don't be afraid to lose the customer. Because once you're afraid to lose the customer, now they feel they have the upper hand on you. So now they commanding a price, and you just working for whatever price they command. So stand your ground, know your worth, know that you're good. So that's all it takes. What else? How to bring more clientele into the shop. Well, you gotta advertise the shop, right? And like I said, the hashtags. And when you post pictures, make sure you put a lot of hashtags on it. This is what you do. Go to one of your favorite barbers who has a lot of followers and click on their photos. And underneath, it's going to be a caption usually and a lot of hashtags, right? So what you could do is repost, and then it'll automatically copy the caption, and then you put it in a note with all those hashtags, and you save it for your next picture. The next picture you post, put it up there with the hashtags. The hashtags put your pictures in different categories to where it's all over the place. It'll put it on the popular page if you hashtag it right. And then eventually they're gonna come flowing in, right? Get on Style Seat. Style Seat is another, or any one of those appointment apps. That's another way. Even if you don't use it like that, make you an account, and because sometimes a lot of people use those apps to find people, right? So you want to have your profile on there when people searching. You want to put yourself in every search engine there is out there when it comes to haircutting and when they find it. And another thing, usually when people come looking for cuts, you know what they do nowadays? They go on Instagram or social media and they say, where can I find a good barber in New York City, like my town? And everybody who I cut, they'll put my name on that list. So now you got to have your Instagram set up somewhat business-like to where they're going to come to your page and they're going to choose you. So now they're coming into your place. So, and put a link in the bio where they could book it on the app or something like that, to where it's easy for them to book you. Now, once they book you and you got your price up there and they like the work already, once they come inside the barbershop, it's nothing to talk about but a haircut, how you doing, where you used to go. The money is out of the question because they booked you online. So the money is nothing to talk about, right? So, but one thing about this haircut game, you get out what you put in, right? So if you half-assing it and you're not putting that much time and effort into learning, getting better, you're just gonna get whatever you gave the game. Me, every class I get, I'm in there. Every barber show I go to, I'm in there. I'm competing. I got my name in the hat. So you gotta be serious about this game, cause I never thought that I would be able to take care of myself and my family with barbering. But I was driven in barbering by the love, right? Not the money. The money never drove me. Me getting better, that drove me. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be considered one of the best. So when you want to be considered one of the best, you got to work hard. You got to learn from the greats. You can't have no ego. You got to rub shoulders with good barbers. Get next to good barbers, because they'll keep your fire burning. You know what I'm saying? So And when you in a being in a productive shop is a good thing also, man. Like, that's imperative to, like, being in a good barber environment to where everybody's want to get better, want to be good. That helps also, because then you feeding off of them. You seeing the tricks that they do. You learning at the same time you at work. So that's a good thing too. If you could find a good barbershop with a good environment to where the money is there, everybody's professional, that's a great step in the right direction. I hope I answered all the questions that was out there, that was put on social media. And if you got any more questions, drop it in the comment section and I'll get back to you. I hope I didn't forget nothing. And subscribe to my channel. I appreciate all of y'all. Peace out.